Welcome back to the Carolina 500 from Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. Beautiful day for racing here. When we started this race, about 75 degrees, almost blue skies. Now some clouds have rolled into the area, but really hasn't dampened any of the spirits of anybody in attendance here today, or Joey Logano really putting on quite a performance for us today.
Well, this is very much an indication of the future, because Joey Logano has been talked about for about 3 years now, as you talked earlier about as a 15-year-old, and you know, he's on the fast track. He's going to be in the Nationwide Series here at the end of this month, and he's got a great future ahead of him.
Well, we talk about All-Stars. Let's talk about the All-Star weekend. It's almost upon us. It all starts with the Pit Crew Challenge, May 15th, 9 a.m. Eastern. The following night is the Craftsman Truck Series. They are live in action on speed beginning at 7:30 p.m. Then, of course, the main event, 13 days away, Sprint All-Star Race on Saturday, May 17th. Again, Lowe's Motor Speedway, the site, the walls are yellow. They are waiting for that excitement to take place.
And it's home for 90% of these teams.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone loves to go to Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte. And what 2 big weeks we have there. And it's going to be a great all-star weekend on speed.
Have you got some tickets? I got a bunch of people around the area that want to go. And you got any?
I'll give you a deal on them.
Will you? A deal?
Yeah, list plus 10%.
Well, that's only fair. They still remain under caution here at Rockingham. Let's look back at how this race got underway and what we have encountered on the way. To start the race off, it was Tony Stewart Smoke throwing the green flag to get us underway.
Early on, we have an incident coming off turn number 2. A.J. Hendrickson gets turned around, and then the chain reaction follows, damaged a number of the cars that started right up front in this race.
One of those being the 2 of Scott Speed. You see the hard hit there. A lot of damage to the right front. He has made it back out onto the racetrack, but too much damage for him to be competitive.
There's Taylor Moss with the 4-car and Patrick Shelfer getting together. Unfortunately, Michael Phelps gets the worst of the situation as he hits the inside wall.
Another problem coming out of turn number 2. Ken Butler, the 3rd, into the wall.
Got turned around coming off turn number 2. We talked about turn number 2 being the trouble spot early on. There's a pass for the lead, Joe Logano, who has dominated this race. Has parlayed some pretty good pit strategy. He had fresher tires right there than Matt Hawkins, easily able to take the lead, and then lapped all but the 2nd place car. But Matt Hawkins now has got back on the lead lap because of the lucky dog, and he is now the 3rd car on the lead lap, but he has to restart this race at the tail end of the longest line.
Green flag back in the air. 3 cars on the lead lap. Joey Logano in front of Mike Lynette. And the 39 of Matt Hawkins. And the 31 of Austin Dillon. The 99 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is your top 5.
We're going to have a tremendous race among Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse, Chad McCumbee, Kenny Schrader, Matt Carter, all trying to get in position to get that lucky dog. They want to be the first car 1 lap down when the caution flag comes out, so they can get that free pass and get back in contention.
The highest scored lap down car is the recipient of the Aaron's Lucky Dog. That, it again is new to the 2008 season for the ARCA RE Series. You used to have to race your way back onto the lead lap, but Aaron's has been generous and they're giving drivers a lap back now. But I'll tell you what, somebody needs to give Mike Lynette something to help out, because Joey Logano is pulling away from him as well.
He has already opened up about a 2.5 lead right now on our 2nd place car of Michael Lynette.
Tell you what, we cannot talk enough about the excitement and the electricity that was in the air before the start of this race, Friday at practice, Saturday during qualifying and happy hour. Everyone was walking around just in amazement and excitement of coming back to the Rockingham Speedway. And the guy who made it all happen is on headset with us, Andy Hillenberg. We'll turn your microphone up so you can actually be heard too.
There we go.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you very much, guys. What a weekend. You know, I'm really proud of our staff, proud of the racing community for supporting us, and just can't say enough about the local community. And, you know, we've got probably a little over half the stands filled up here, and we're going to start gradually filling those up, you know, basically building this place up 1 rock at a time.
Well, you spread the word. Obviously, they're going to see what's going on here with the ARCA RE Series and the Carolina 500, starting 50 cars here. I mean, this has been very exciting. And we get to see a kid like Joey Logano and what he has been able to do, put into this Venerini Motorsports car.
Oh, he's putting on a definite driving exhibition out there today, and it's really neat to see. And I mean, it's been good competition all day long. And I mean, they were some of the spotters I was hearing on the scanner there. It was 3 wide on lap 1. It was really awesome.
Now, you had a couple cars in the field here. Chad McCumbee was looking very good here as of late in this race.
Yeah, Chad's running well, and you know, he got up front there for a little while, and Brian Silas, he got a couple bad breaks there early, and you know, he's still hanging in there, and hopefully we can get him up inside the top 20.
There's Chad right there in that 10 car. That's one of your cars. Ricky Stenhouse, the 99. Kenny Schrader, the 52. Chad right now is being shown in the 6th spot. We were just talking just before you walked up, Andy, how we've got a tremendous race back here from 4th back to about 8th or 9th to try to get in position to get that Aaron's lucky dog.
Yes, exactly, and that's really, I think in the end of the race, usually there's 2, 3 cautions, and I mean, that could bring 2 or 3 guys back in the fold here.
And fresh tires. Obviously, you get a guy who gets back on the lead lap and has fresh tires, you throw his name right back into the hat as far as in the mix for the win in here.
It's all timing and brakes here, and I mean, the toughest guys still get to the front somehow, some way, and you know, that's why the great drivers always love racing here. Tough drivers love tough tracks.
I know you've been busy today walking around at various points, but you know, Joey Logano ran 101 laps from pit stop to pit stop, and those 75 of those were green flag laps on those tires, and he was still running 3rd against guys with fresher tires. So it's what a great job.
A big tip of the cap to Hoosier there. I mean, everybody was concerned, obviously, coming in, and you know, it's working out really well. And I think that we've got a good base here for our inaugural Carolina 500, and we're going to make it bigger and better every year.
Wendy Venerini.
Hey, I had a question for Andy. I know you've done everything in your power to make this a fantastic show, but allergy sufferers will enjoy this story. When we all got to the track on Thursday, there was a slight problem with the pollen, and you had an innovative way on how to clean the racetrack, didn't you, Andy?
Well, we've got a few track secrets already, so we'll leave it at that.
There you have it. You're going to have to figure that out. Pollen and a track secret. Okay.
Ricky Stenhouse leads Kenny Schrader. That's a battle for the 6th spot. Right now, Austin Dillon is the 4th place car. He's the one in position for the Aaron's lucky dog if the caution flag were to come out.
I'm completely intrigued. Pollen and what?
Yeah, I got you going there, don't I?
I've got to know how did you clean the racetrack that pollen sufferers aren't going to be inflicted?
That's like the old commercials there, ancient secret. So
okay,
we're you know, picking up a little bit as we go, and you know, I want to ask you guys, what did you think of our initial our ceremonies and our first couple laps there? I was really excited. I mean, still getting goosebumps thinking about it.
Well, we talked about earlier, we showed a little video of the dedication of the tower for our brother Benny and our family. We were very, very appreciative of that. And, you know, great. We've got Ricky Rudd down there. We talked about the honorary pace lap that Ricky did. And Bobby and Donnie Allison were here. And you had Smoke waving the green flag. And Zippy was driving the pace car. So a lot of support from the NASCAR community here for this ARCA race.
And you know what's even neater than that, Phil? Is they're all still here. They're all down there still watching the race, and I mean, they wanted to be here for the return of the Rock, and I think that everybody that missed it, I think, you know, we'll get them back here next year.
Well, and David Reagan joined us earlier on the broadcast, and he said, you know what, I'm going to go sit in the stands. I want to watch this race. This is a great place to watch a race. We had, and you weren't able to see this, but on our broadcast, we had Jeff Gordon and Jeff Burton and Bobby Labonte all talking about what a great racing facility this is and how they're envious of the ARCA RE Series being able to run on the track.
Well, I like to hear that, and you know, we're going to just keep doing our best, and you know, we've added a 3rd race now, our little Polar Bear 150 on January the 1st, so our racing schedule's up to 3 events a year, and we're just going to work really hard. I love this sport very much, and I want to just continue to do everything that I can do to bring great racing action to the fans.
Well, you've done a spectacular job. Let's head back down pit road. Jim Trado.
Yeah, I just want to give you guys an update on Ricky Stenhouse and the progress he's made, and he has been fighting a tight condition all afternoon long. They've been battling it with a wedge adjustment. The last time they came down pit road, they did more adjustments to the car. It's now responding. 5 laps ago, as crew chief Jeff Lumpy came on and said, hey guys, we're running this fast as the leaders. Ricky, good job. Then the spotter chimed in and said, maybe try running 3 and 4 a bit higher. So Stenhouse, one of the young drivers here today, making the longest ever race in ARCA. Their longest race in their entire racing careers, make it work at this point in the race, which says a lot about the patience of young Ricky Stenhouse.
He's really done a great job.
Yeah.
Finished second last week at Kansas City. Top 10 finish at Salem, which is a very, very difficult racetrack. Andy can allude to that. I know Andy's run Salem, but Ricky Stenhouse is one of the has a bright future in this sport, along with a lot of guys in this field.
I think so. I mean, that's one of the neat things about ARCA. You've got guys that have made their home here and enjoy being here, and it's great, tough racing. And then, you know, the kids get to come in and measure themselves. I mean, you know, against the regulars, Frank Kimmel, 9-time champion, you know, Kenny Schrader's joining us today. They're out there measuring up. Where do I stack against these guys?
And looking very impressive, as is the entire facility. So Andy Hillenberg, thank you so much for joining us up here, and thank you for allowing us to come back to the Rock.
Well, thanks for having us, and really, really do appreciate it.
Great job, Andy.
Andy Hillenberg, owner and promoter here at Rockingham Speedway, the Rock, formerly known as North Carolina Speedway, and now it's taking on a whole new look here as the ARCA RE/MAX Series in their 5th race of the 2008 season is putting on a show. And the show spotlight has been on the 25 of Joey Logano. Brian Silas carries our camera around the racetrack, watching out for Logano as he makes his move to the front again.